Hello, I'm Kevin Benedict, Senior Analyst for Digital Transformation here at Cognizant, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Many of you know, because you've watched the videos, that I have this series called the Mobile Expert Interview Series. This is part of my other series called the Digital Transformation Expert Interview Series. And I'm so excited today to have as my guest Lloyd MaHaffey. He's the COO of SmartStory. Lloyd, thanks for joining us today.
Kevin, great to see you again.
Now, you have a lot of experience in technology. Why don't you fill us in with your background and where you've spent time?
Sure. So, 35 years in technology. Was privileged to be one of the early guys with Apple Computer. Launched the Macintosh around the Southeast United States, and then got tapped to head up Apple Education in Cupertino, which is both K-12 and higher education. Ran that for a number of years, and
which was a big success.
Big success.
Every college kid out there is using a Mac.
Yeah, very excited about that. We actually, during my tenure, secured about a 77% U.S. market share and built a multi-billion-dollar business unit for them. And then from Apple Education in Cupertino, I went to Washington, D.C. and ran Apple Federal for a number of years. So I've kind of seen a number of different markets. And then after Apple, I went to a company called Verifone. Verifone controls much of the world payment space at the point of sale. And I was the chief operating officer there until we sold it to Hewlett-Packard. So it's been a long ride.
Brilliant. Now, I understand that you've read a book written by my colleagues, Paul Rurig and Malcolm Frank and Benjamin Pring, called Code Halos.
I have. Terrific book.
Now, why do you think it's a terrific book? I think it's a terrific book, but I work with them. So why do you think it's a terrific book?
I think that one of the interesting things that's happened with technology and human behavior, especially as user interfaces and mobile devices have evolved, is there really is this third dimension of consumer behavior now, which is the activities that the consumer is involved in and the data that kind of follows them. So think of a cloud of data following you everywhere you go. It really is the third dimension. And so when I meet you and when I talk to you, that's part of my interaction with you. But also watching the data that's unfolding around you at all time really sets that third dimension and tells many retailers around the world how to interact with me, how to get my attention, how to pay attention to their products and services.
So do you see a value? So there's an obvious value for retailers because the more they know about you, the more they can give. What about user experience? You as the end user with a mobile app, what value do you get out of that from your estimation?
Well, I think that, as technology's evolved and platforms have become more mobile, there's a much higher expectation that you know more about me. You, the product and service provider, tell me what I want when I want to know it. And so I think that data being around me at all times and being able to see it, to understand it, to manipulate it, and then present things to me on an ongoing basis is really how the platform's evolving.
Very good. So you're the COO of SmartStory. Talk to us, for those that aren't aware of SmartStory, talk to us about your value proposition and how do you see yourself being able to use Code Halo's strategy within your own company?
Well, one of the things that we all understand is there are a variety of complex products and services that are unfolding around us. And the truth is the sum of human knowledge is now on the internet somewhere. So how do we get it? What do we do with it? How do we take advantage of it? And so at SmartStory, what we're doing is we're really trying to pair complex products and services with short form video right when you need that information, right at that exact moment where you need it. It's very relevant to you as one individual. So we built SmartStory as sort of the intersection of a number of key areas. One is customer relationship management. 2 is marketing automation. 3 is big data. 4th is video, the role of video in that. And finally is the content management. So if you take all those 4 or 5 pieces and put us right in the intersection of that, we can give you the information in the form of knowledge you want exactly when you need it.
So, and that requires understanding the Code Halo, unless you're going to be sending me irrelevant information that I'm not going to look at.
Absolutely. We built a platform that really is designed to take maximum advantage of the cloud halo that's unfolding as you move through the retail and service environment. The more we learn about you, the more we can understand what you might be looking for. And again, I think in particular with the millennials unfolding and some of the changes in demographics in the United States and Europe, the cloud halo, that aura of data unfolding around you is really going to be the only way that retail product service providers understand how to interact with you. You've got to have it.
So how has the whole emergence of the mobile first and everybody owning a smartphone, how has that changed the world? As a technologist, how have you seen that really change the way companies interact with their client base?
It's funny, we launched the Macintosh. We thought the greatest part of that was the user interface, the ability to have graphical information. But what the mobile revolution has done is really unhooked us from the desktop. and let us move where we want to and interact any way we want to and bring all that data, all those services with us. So clearly the mobility, the ability to bring payment mobility to it in a secure manner, bringing in all of my wants and needs along with that, so you can kind of read and predict that, I think is what's really changed. But unhooking me from the desktop and let me move throughout my world in a mobile manner, bringing all this data with me in a secure manner is really what's made
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking of the differences between that desktop era and mobile. So the amount of data collected about me from the desktop is just whatever I put into it.
That's correct.
But our mobile phones now are sensor platforms.
Well, it's got notifiers, it's got GPS, it's got all these elements to it that's helping you as a big data company build that three-dimensional profile of me and then figure out what to do with it. But the only way I'm really going to react to you is if you can see that data and understand it and then respond to me with offers that are in my interest.
Yes.
And that's really what SmartStory does, is take those pieces together and then deliver it to you in short-form video.
You know, nothing would make me happier than get rid of all the spam and all the advertising and marketing that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And just give me something that's important to me.
Yeah, I'm prepared to tell people more about me if I can get rid of some of that stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, just give me a personalized experience.
Exactly.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Lloyd, for sharing your insights today.
Thank you, Kevin. Good to see you.
And thank you for joining us.